Good morning. Welcome to the 20th Annual Massachusetts Commemorative Ceremonies of the Anniversary of September 11th, 2001. Thank you for joining our flag lowering and reading of the names ceremony. Today, we read the names of 217 Massachusetts loved ones lost on September 11th. We read our loved ones' names in honor of their lives and our commitment to always remember. Behind every name, there is a unique person, a lost loved one taken far too soon, and a family forever changed with their loss. The formal portion of our name reading ceremony will begin shortly. In the meantime, please join us in quiet reflection of our loved ones as we listen to Where You Are by Josh Groban.
Who can say for certain? Maybe you're still here. I feel you all around me. Your memory so clear. Deep in the stillness, I can hear you speak. You're still an inspiration. Can it be that you are mine forever, love, and you are watching over me from up above? Fly me up to where you are beyond the distant star.
can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please join us for a moment of silence. Thank you.
Please be seated. This morning, I will be reading a poem in honor of those taken from their loved ones on September 11th, 2001. The poem, entitled "We Remember Them," is often read as a responsive poem. After I read each line of the poem, I invite you to join me in reciting the phrase, "We remember them." At the rising of the sun and at its going down, we remember them. At the blowing of the wind and in the chill of winter, we remember them. At the opening of the buds and in the rebirth of spring, we remember them. At the blueness of the skies and in the warmth of summer, we remember them. At the rustling of the leaves and in the beauty of autumn, we remember them. At the beginning of the year and when it ends, we remember them. As long as we live, they too will live. For now they are a part of us as we remember them.
Stephen G. Adams, Trudy Alajero, Anna S.W. Allison, Barbara Arestaki, Myra Joy Aronson, Yafet Aryeh, Louis F. Aversano, Jr., Garnett Ace Bailey, Christine Jana Barbuto, Graham Berkeley,
David W. Bernard, Mark Bingham, Jeffrey D. Bittner, Kelly Ann Booms, Carol Marie Bouchard, Michael R. Canty, Christopher M. Costangian, Neely Ann Heffernan Casey, William Caspar, Swarna Kalasany, Stephen Cherry, Jeffrey William Cloud, Jeffrey D. Coleman, Kevin Patrick Connors, Jeffrey William Coombs, John J. Corcoran III, Frederick John Cox, Jr., Tara Kathleen Creamer, Wells Remy Crowther, Thelma Cuccinello, Patrick J. Coravan, Dorothy Alma de Araujo, Captain Gerald DeCanto, Lieutenant Manuel de Valle. Gerard Jerry P. Dewan. Simon Denani. David DeMelio. Donald Amerigo de Tulio. Alberto Pocho Dominguez. Jamie Lynn Fallon.
Alexander M. Filipov. John R. Fisher. Richard P. Fitzsimmons. Carol Ann Flysick. Alan Friedlander. Paul Joshua Friedman. Peter Christian Fry. Carlton Douglas Fife. Thomas Edward Galvin. Douglas Gardner. Linda May George. Edmund Glazer. And my uncle Mark Bavis.
Lynn Catherine Goodchild. Peter M. Goodrich. Lisa Fenn Gordonstein. Douglas A. Gowell. Andrew Curry Green. Donald Freeman Green. Reverend Francis Edward Grogan. Philip T. Guza. Paige Farley Hackle. May Lee Hale. Carl Hammond. Christine Lee Hansen. Peter Burton Hansen. Sue Kim Hansen. And Susan Lee Blair.
Gerald Hardacre. Melissa Harrington Hughes. Eric Hartono. John C. Hart. Peter P. Hashim. James E. Hayden. Robert J. Hayes. Roberta Bernstein Heber. Edward R. Hennessy, Jr., Noberta Hernandez, Cora Hidalgo Holland, Herbert Wilson Homer, and my beloved brother, John Brett Cahill.
Matthew Horning, John Nicholas Humber, Eric Hans Isbranson, Walid J. Iskandar, Aaron J. Jacobs, Jason K. Jacobs, Robert Adrian Jalbert, Griselda E. Garrow James, Amy Nicole Jarrett, John Jenkins, Joseph Jenkins Jr., Arthur Joseph Jones III, and my beloved brother, Peter Allen Gay.
Colonel Charles Edward Jones, U.S. Air Force. Jennifer Lynn Kane. Robert L. Kaplan. Sergeant Robert M. Colfers, Port Authority of New York and New Jersey. Richard M. Keene. Barbara A. Keating. Ralph F. Kershaw. Brian Kevin Kinney. Glenn Davis Kerwin. David P. Cavelson. Catherine L. Labori.
Judy C. LaRock. Natalie Janice Lasden. Robert G. LeBlanc. Dong Lee. Joseph A. Lenahan. Jeffrey Levine. Daniel Lewin. Sarah Elizabeth Lowe. Sean Patrick Lynch. Marianne McFarland. Susan McElhaney McKay. L. Neil Mariani.
Kenneth Joseph Marino, FDNY. Karen Ann Martin. Margaret Martick. Kevin M. McCarthy. Juliana Valentine McCourt. Ruth Clifford. Michael Gregory McKinty. First Officer Thomas F. McGinnis, Jr. Gavin McMahon. Christopher Daniel Mello. Stuart Todd Meltzer. And Todd R. Hill, who was 4 floors above me when he died.
Raymond James Metz III. Martin P. Finkelstein. Master Special Officer Craig J. Miller, U.S. Secret Service. Antonio Montoya. Carlos Beto Montoya. Captain Thomas Moody, FDNY. Laura Lee DeFazio, Morabito. Richard Morgan. Christopher M. Morrison. Brian Joseph Murphy. Mildred Rose Naaman. Sean M. Nasani. And our beloved son, William Christopher Hunt.
Lori Ann Olson Nara. Renee Tatral Newell. Kathleen Ann Nikosha. Jacqueline Norton. Robert Grant Norton. Captain John Oganowski. Leah E. Oliver. Seamus O'Neill, Betty Ann Ong, Jane M. Orth, Michael Benjamin Packer, and my funny, lovable, sweet baby brother who made everybody around him feel special always, Ariel Lewis Jacobs.
Marie Papalardo, Robert Pattison, Thomas Nicholas Pecorelli, Todd D. Polino, Barinthia Berenson Perkins, Jean Peterson, Dennis J. Pierce, Everett Marty Proctor III, Carrie Beth Projan, Patrick J. Quigley IV, Jonathan C. Randall, Timothy E. Riley,
David Elliott Rettick, Venetia Richards, Fred Rumley, Isaias Rivera, Valeska Martinez Rivera, Stephen L. Roach, Raymond James Rocha, Laura Rockefeller, Jean Destrehan Rohay, Philip M. Rosenswag, Michael Craig Rothberg, James M. Rue, and my beloved husband, Joseph Mathai.
Jessica Leigh Sachs, Rama Salih, Jesus J.R. Sanchez, Matthew Carmen Celito, Kathleen Scherer, Robert M. Scherer, Antoinette Sherman, Jane Louise Simpkin, Heather Smith, Diane Bullis Snyder, Eric Adam, and my mother, my amazing mother, Sonia Mercedes Morales Popolo.
Good morning. Timothy C. Stout, Edward W. Strobe, Brian David Sweeney, Madeline Amy Sweeney, Kevin T. Solzik, Deborah Tavalara, Leonard Lenny E. Taylor, Michael Theodoridis, Eric Rick Thorpe, Alicia Nicole Titus, Amy E. Toyen, Daniel Trant, and my beloved and most wonderful brother, Richard Barry Ross. And I speak his name on behalf of my sister, Rochelle Gordon.
Jim Trentini, Mary Trentini, Tyler Ugelin, Michael Augustine Giuliano, Kenneth E. Waldy, Meta Fuller Waller, Stephen Ward, William Michael Weems, John J. Wenkus, Staff Sergeant Maudlin A. White, U.S. Army, Candace Lee Williams, Christopher R. Zarba, Jr., Kenneth Albert Zellman, and my grandfather,
and my father,
Peter Matthew West.
When we are weary and in need of strength, we remember them. When we are lost and sick at heart, we remember them. When we have joy we crave to share, we remember them. When we have decisions that are difficult to make, we remember them. When we have achievements that are based on theirs, we remember them. As long as we live, they too will live, for they are now a part of us as we remember them. This concludes the name reading portion of our commemoration. As Diane Hunt, the mother of Bill Hunt, said, "We didn't ask to be here, we didn't expect to be here, but here we are as family." And as individual families, we have all chosen to be resilient and remember our loved ones in various ways. Some have decided to be private in their remembrances, and others have elected to pay tribute to their loved ones with living memorials. Those of you watching at home on the live stream will now see these portraits of resilience. Our friends and family that are here will now proceed to Smith Hall, where the video will be shown at the conclusion of the commemoration. Our Portraits of Resilience begins with reflections from Mark Bavis's mother, Mary Bavis, who passed away shortly after this was recorded. Thank you.